You may not know, but it is National Drive Electric Week.
Climate Project Manager Sean McArthur from Community Environmental Council joins us now to talk about navigating EV roadblocks. Good morning, Sean, and thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So if someone is on the fence about switching over to EV, what would you say to them?
Well, one of the things that a lot of people are concerned about is the upfront cost. Fortunately, there are a lot of incentives available for making the switch. I just bought a Tesla myself. It's a 2018 Tesla Model 3 that I was able to get for actually $9,000 after all the incentives. So that's a major roadblock for people. And then the charging infrastructure. It's gotten so much better, especially if you live in the city of Santa Barbara. There's so much infrastructure that's been put in the last few years, which is one of the things that a lot of people are worried about, and I'd say it's really not that big of a deal.
Sean, what kind of room is available, or do we still have room on local electric grids for a major boost in EV use? It's more popular nowadays to have an electrical vehicle.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all of the utility companies are really emphasizing it. They're actually providing incentives for making the transition because they want to increase the amount of chargers on the road, and that's something that we're going to need to be doing in the next few years as we ramp up EVs, especially as all new vehicles in the state of California are going to be required to be new or EV by 2035. So we already have enough electrical capacity, and we're increasing it pretty much daily.
Awesome. And you kind of touched on charging. I know there's a lot of charging stations in Santa Barbara. 5 Points comes to mind specifically. What if someone has a long commute or they're going on a road trip and they're concerned about charging? How would you ease their mind?
Yeah, most EVs actually have a feature where as you put in the destination, it'll tell you where you need to stop along the way. Like my Tesla, for example, will tell me each stop I need to take, even if I were to go all the way across the country. So it's a lot easier than a lot of people think.
Okay.
Sean, vehicle to grid, vehicle to home is increasingly popular with a feature that people are using.
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the main draws for that is just climate resilience. As we start to see more of the impacts of climate change, we're going to have things like more blackouts, and especially when we have extreme heat. We going to need to use things like AC more frequently. So I think that's a really popular option because as things like blackouts happen, you're able to actually power your home with your vehicle, and vehicle to grid's a great option as well. So if there's any kind of rolling blackout, you can actually draw power from the battery in the vehicle and put it back into the grid. It's still in the works, but I think it's a great technology.
Now, you mentioned you drive a Tesla. What are some of the features that you really like about your particular EV?
Well, first off, it's fast. It's really fun to drive. Also, just the low cost of fuel is just the best. I pay about a third to a quarter of the cost of what I used to pay. And like I said, I don't really have to worry about finding charging. It's always pretty much available in the city.
Yeah, and it looks cool too. I mean, which is
absolutely
another plus. So what if someone, you mentioned the cost a little bit. So what is getting a used EV a path that people can go to instead of just paying upfront, like that big cost that might be a little intimidating for some?
Yeah, exactly. So we actually have an EV purchase guidance program, and right now probably the best option as far as incentives go is to purchase a used EV. We're going to be breaking that down in our webinar that we're hosting this evening. It's at like 6 p.m. We're also hosting a webinar on Thursday fully in Spanish to really increase the amount of access to that information. And the incentives are really robust right now. You can get about $12,000 off of a used EV if you're income qualified in the city of Santa Barbara.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love that. All right, well, we'll have a link to both webinars on our mobile app and website. Sean, thanks for being here and giving us an inside scoop for all things EV.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.